Have you ever just stood in a room in your own home and felt totally overwhelmed? You know, that rising tide of stuff, the piles that seem to multiply overnight, and that sinking feeling that you'll just never, ever get on top of it? Well, if that's you, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're going to cut right through that chaos with a simple, actionable plan to finally, well, cut the clutter.
So where do we start? Not with a perfectly organized linen closet, that's for sure. Nope. Our story begins with a moment of pure, unadulterated chaos. It's a wild story, actually, about a case of mistaken identity that became a life-changing wake-up call.
Okay, picture this. It's Christmas night, 1983. You get home and you see broken glass on your porch. Your heart stops, right? You call the police. An officer does a sweep of the house, comes back out, kind of scratching his head, and he says this to you. Your first thought is just pure fear, but that feeling is very quickly replaced by something else. And here it is, that gut-wrenching, sinking feeling of embarrassment when you have to admit that the ransacked room, well, it wasn't a crime scene at all. It was just your room. This was the absolutely mortifying moment the author realized her clutter wasn't just a mess, it was a real problem. I mean, just imagine a room so messy that the police think it's been burglarized. We're talking a narrow path winding through piles of paper, clothes, files, even dirty dishes. This wasn't just untidy, this was next-level chaos. And for her, that was rock bottom. That was the moment she knew, deep down, that she had to learn a completely new way to live. So that really personal low point actually brings us to a huge, universal truth. If you struggle with clutter, listen up. You are not lazy. You are not crazy, and you are not stupid. You just haven't been taught the right skills yet. So let's dig into why that is. Come on, be honest. Does this sound familiar? That jolt of sheer panic when the doorbell rings out of the blue, that frantic dash to shove everything into a closet, under a sofa cushion, anywhere, just so your guest doesn't see the mess? Yeah, that feeling is incredibly common. In fact, you're in very good company. Studies have shown that a staggering 40% of American families find it genuinely difficult to keep their homes neat and organized. 40%! So if you're struggling with this, just know that nearly half the country is struggling right there with you. And here's a brilliant way to think about it. Think of organizing ability like musical pitch. Some people, right, they're just born with perfect pitch. They're naturally tidy, naturally orderly. They don't even have to think about it. Their homes are just neat. And then there's the rest of us. We're kind of the tin ears of the organizing world. And that's okay. It just means we have to learn and practice the scales. And this is the most important takeaway. Getting organized is not some kind of moral virtue or an inborn talent you either have or you don't. No way. It is a skill, a learnable skill, just like learning to cook or drive a car. And what does that mean? It means anyone, and yes, I'm talking to you, can learn, practice, and master it. Okay, so now we get to the really good part, the how-to. Let's dive into a super practical 4-step method that's designed to help you tackle all that clutter without the overwhelm. It's called the STOP clutter method. But before we get to the steps, we have to understand the enemy. And the hidden cause of almost all clutter is actually a deferred decision. Seriously, every single item sitting on your counter, every piece of paper in that pile, it represents a choice you just haven't made yet. We put it off because we're tired or we're afraid of making the wrong choice, like what if I need this someday? The STOP method is all about breaking that cycle of indecision. The plan itself couldn't be simpler. It's an acronym, right? STOP. Sort, toss, organize, and put away. That's it. These 4 simple actions force you to make those decisions you've been putting off. And the best part? You hardly need anything to get started. Seriously, this is all you need. No fancy gadgets, no expensive organizing systems. Just a kitchen timer to keep you focused in short 15-minute bursts, 3 boxes for your decisions, and 1 garbage bag. And a little pro tip, make sure the garbage bag is opaque so you can't see what's in it. That way you won't be tempted to second guess and pull things back out. All right, let's put this whole thing into practice with a challenge that I think we all face. The dreaded junk drawer. You know the one. It's that black hole in your kitchen where pens go to die and mystery keys live out their days. So here's what you do. You set your timer for just 15 minutes. First, S is for sort. Dump everything out. Group like things together. While you're sorting, you do T for toss. Dead batteries, dried up pens, expired coupons, straight into the garbage bag. No mercy. Then O is for organize. Maybe you put some simple dividers in the drawer and give everything that survived the purge a proper home. And finally, when that timer dings, P is for put away. Anything that doesn't actually belong in the drawer goes into your put away box to be dealt with later. And wow, just look at that transformation.
Okay, so you have the tool now. You've got the STOP method, but now we've got to talk about the most important part of this whole thing, and that's making this process work for you.
I want you to let this sink in because it might be the most powerful idea we talk about today. There is no one-size-fits-all solution here. The goal isn't to make your house look like a photo from a magazine. The goal is to create a system that actually works for your life, your habits, and your family. And remember, getting organized isn't some race you run just one time. It's a journey. You take one small step today, like cleaning out that one junk drawer, and then maybe tomorrow you tackle a small pile of mail. The most important thing is not how fast you go, it's just that you start.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one question. Forget about the entire house for a minute. That's too overwhelming. What is the one small step you can take, the one junk drawer, the one messy countertop, the one little pile of stuff you can tackle for just 15 minutes today? What's your first step going to be?